religious leaders, parents, guardians, everybody must watch this video. Watch this video. It's an 8 minutes of your time that you never regret losing. This girl's level of intelligence and IQ is alarming. The things she said in this video are alarming. But I want Bible scholars to comment and explain to us what is happening to this young lady. Please, keep your comments respectful because this is a child. Okay? Watch.
I was gonna come out and talk about the picture that parents give to kids. So, like, the belief that when a child is born to a family, they must follow the religion of that family. If a child is born to an atheist family, that the child should be atheist, or if a child is born to a Christian family, the child should be Christian. And I do not feel like that is right, because as a child grows up and the picture they are given or the God they are given does not do what they are being told. If I was told God is all loving, all forgiving, and like all caring, and then that's not the picture that I see for myself, or that's not the reality I come to see, it does not feel right, and it gives you a sense of betrayal. Because if you think about it, Jesus was a Jew, not a Christian. And I'm pretty sure when Jesus was preaching, he did not intend for there to be a religion called Christianity. And I feel like as a child who has been a Christian for 9 straight years, it's betraying, because the picture that I'm given of God isn't the picture that I see for myself. I have been told God gives whatever you ask him for, or God helps us with whatever we need, or God sees your needs and he will provide before you even ask for it. But for me, it's always been about begging, crying, praying, and it's just not right. And then we have prophets too. So there's this prophet that my mom had been talking to for a really long time, like I think about the time that I was born, and she really misled my mom. In fact, at this point it doesn't sound like misleading, it just sounds like brainwashing. And during that process, it's like my mom lost all her logic, because this prophet had been telling my mom like very weird things. Like whenever my mom wants to do something, like she used to tell my mom that you should wait on God, and that you should just wait for God to do it for you. Like if it's a job my mom wants, like she will say something like, no, you don't. If God wants this, if it's in God's will, he will give you the job without applying, without asking, and somebody just out of nowhere will remember you. And I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying, like, in life, you do need to have your own drive, and you need to have the integrity, or the ideas, the logic to do everything like for yourself, because it's not always that God has to do something for you. And recently I actually kind of abandoned Christianity, because the picture I was given, or the picture I was given of God, and I'm not seeing that picture, I felt abandoned and it didn't feel right. So I think parents generally should not introduce their kids to something they themselves aren't sure of. Because if you tell me God is all loving, and then the next moment you tell me that the mistake your parents made, God is gonna curse you to the 4th generation, that doesn't sound like the all loving God I'm being told about. Or if I am told that God is all caring and he will always provide for you, and then you tell me that for almost about a year and a half I stayed without going to school because God wouldn't provide school fees for me like that. And then I actually like never gave up. And in the times, like in the hardest moments of our lives, like 2018, we never missed a day of church. Never, ever. We went to all the keshas. Even when it was pouring outside, we still went. And we used to stay there, praise, cry, just, you know, cry, just, you know, and we still went home to sleep hungry or maybe eat cold food, and I didn't, and I never gave up then. And right now, as I look at it, God seems like a very sadistic person because like God is all caring but still curses to the fourth generation because of the mistake of your parents. So being born as a third generation person, you do not know what your parents did, you do not know what your grandparents, great grandparents did, but you're still suffering for their mistakes that you didn't know about, that you couldn't control. Or being told that maybe somebody like Hitler maybe repents last minute before he dies and he goes to heaven, but somebody who is currently struggling and maybe stops believing in God, they will go to hell and burn eternally just because God couldn't do what he promised to do, and that is not fair. And being told that God is a very jealous God, and us, when we have jealousy because it's just a natural human emotion, we will go to hell to burn eternally. Or maybe saying that I wish I had this, you are being told that you will go to hell because apparently you are coveting. And I mean, some things like some of the 10 commandments, like do not murder or do not steal, do not commit adultery, they seem like something a normal person with common sense should have. And I just wanted to say, like, parents, all parents everywhere, if it's a Muslim parent, if it's a Buddhist parent, if it's a Christian parent, an atheist parent, like, please just be mindful of the picture you're presenting to your kids, because if you tell your kid something about the God they were supposed to be praising, and then life turns the opposite, it's really damaging and really affects their mental health. And
you lost money?
and yeah, like, that's just about it. So recently, yes, I did give up on Christianity because I do feel like God is sadistic. He's always waiting for the moment to just, he's always putting this random test for you to trip up and give up so he can punish you. And that's unfair. It's like God telling you to pour water on the floor, and you do it because, I mean, it's God, right? And then when you do slip up on that water, and when you slip on that water and you fall and injure yourself, he starts scolding you. That's how I feel right now.